Green flag is out, and we are going to go 3 wide in the mid-pack as Liam O'Sullivan and Hunter Ingrave side by side in the 1.
Pretty solid, but look at that push up the track. O'Sullivan just couldn't get the car to rotate way up the circuit. You have to be able to stick it down to the bottom, and that set things up for a choo-choo trainer already trying to wrap the low side.
Dossier, good jump. He moves up to second. Hunter Ingrave is going to lead now. Coming off the corner, Liam O'Sullivan fades to third. Fraser Clegg in fourth, and Jesper Dahlgren in fifth. Looking at the inside, battle between teammates side by side. Julian Altena and Christensen off of 2. Christensen going to stay to the bottom side, go back his position, allowing Julian to get a position on him. Goes up to 6. Now Pim Van Gastel underneath Christensen into 3.
Yeah, right now this choo-choo train. Keep an eye on the lines here. This is exactly what I'm talking about up here with the 7th O'Sullivan. You try and get the bottom to work. The problem is, it's so much opportunity if you're able to time it up right on the corner exit on throttle to be able to boost around sometimes. That's why it's worked so well in 3 and 4. But 1 and 2, used as a defensive safety blanket here, Gary. And that's going to make it all the more difficult for majority of these drivers to make a pass unless they are able to just lunge it in like Clegg here. Everybody else here, look at the aggressiveness. That was Dahlgren just sawing the nose off, not willing to let up on the bottom here as he tries to fight with Clegg. This is showing just how important, no matter the start of the run or what we'll see later on, track position is everything. Look at that.
Big run on the high side, and that is going to be a story of tonight. Big runs on the high side through 1 and 2, but the bottom in 3 and 4 is the preferred line, and there we see 2 by 2 by 2. It's going to go 3 wide off the corner. Clegg's going to be the inside. Hunter Ingrave's going to stay high. Here comes Liam O'Sullivan. And then stuck in the middle with you is Bryce Saucier.
Oh, Clegg is lucky. He just clipped the carbine in 1 and 2. Nearly snapped the car around. You can't hit those rumble strips here at an IndyCar and Delar chassis. That'll cause you to snap around. He is lucky that car was able to get a quick save without losing too much speed there.
And I think what it was is just the bottom side. He kind of pushed up and either a little bit of real contact or net code, just a slight there, and they're off into the turn 2 exit wall.
Watch this. It's seen an opportunity to pass. They're towards the back anyway. Just right here, push tight. Wash up the racetrack, and then he gets glued as he washes up trying to lock it down, and that brings out the caution flag.
We had a pass for the lead just before the caution came out. Now he gets a big run down the backstretch, probably deploys the hybrid. We don't know. We're hoping maybe that's a stat we see in the future. He goes into the inside in 3 and 4. Hunter Ingrave just stays high, lets him on by, and now Fraser Clegg, your points leader, is now your race leader. On pit road, Clindy and James Watson. So they're going to take this opportunity. They're kind of in the back of the pack anyways. Come in top off the tank. Nigel Stock-Hatsema also come down pit road. And a very slow restart, and watch them fan out in the back.
Going to have some big jumps here for drivers like Clindy. Going to try and set it. Still going to be on the older rubber, but how will they fare in the dirty air? Look at this though. Ingrave, Amonso zipping by. 3 wide with Saucier.
Down the backstretch. And now Ingrave. Now we go 3 wide. Saucier in the bottom. Dahlgren in the middle. And here goes O'Sullivan up high. Off the corner. Narrows down. Front straightaway. It's like the start of the Indy 500. 3 wide. Going into 1. I don't think they can really do that coming out of it. And Dahlgren, Orman, goes ahead, pulls ahead in front of all those guys, and he gets the position. Saucier loses 3 spots. Richardson sends it into 1. Now, unfortunately, the high side's the better side, and watch the high side come in. There you see Saucier get on the high side and just pull right away. That's how powerful the high side is. Let's watch this replay of a close moment, 2 turns 3 and 4. Between Soto and Fiolis. Soto kind of goes down, Fiolis kind of comes up. A little bit of a heart-stopping moment there.
Watch right here. Should have clean air on the front nose. Fiolis wasn't the biggest factor. Polak just pushed up the track, and Katie just knocks the wall down, breaks the axle, causes the car to skew, and Polak is destroyed. Yeah, the big thing to mention here as we start to see the lights turn on is, will these drivers be able to handle battles like this for the race lead? For one, there's a good way to set it on in. Clegg letting him have it with the slider. Able to push away big time for Dahlgren. The second thing's going to be, These drivers are going to have to make sure they don't hit the orange box coming up here for their pit entry. These battles here like this, though, costing more and more time. Pip Van Gastel, who is amongst the drivers that struggled a bit, qualified, actually crashes first attempt, having to work as here comes Clendy.
Clendy saw an opportunity. Saucier got caught up a little bit with the odd exit that Pim had off the corner. He sneaks in there. He gets another position. He's going to stay on the outside. This is not going to bode well for him in 1 and 2. He just hopes to stay in the battle. He can stay to the inside, get in the 3 and 4. He'll pull this thing off. He's going to almost slide up. They give each other a lot of room. And Clinty with the odd exit. He slides back in the line, and he loses a lot of space to Bryce. Oh, on the high side. Careful, boys. Oh, off the corner, side by side. This is Charpentier and Soto for 13th. 3 wide into the corner.
Oh, they're lucky that worked.
Oh, they were lucky.
Yeah, that was a little bit risky with the shallow line in the first place, right with the pit window opening. That was a squeeze with Charpentier. But here comes the race leader. Window is open, and it's a little bit earlier than you would expect, even with the caution flag.
It was behind Liam, a little bit in the background there. And yeah, there we go. We got a car backwards on pit road as leaders are coming on the pit road.
Yeah, Rice is stuck there. That's a terrible spot. You can see Clump the Grass wasn't the cause of it. Remember what I just talked about, stabbing the brakes? He stabbed the brakes. It spun him around.
A rough day for Dan. I've been there. I understand. Contact with 2 different drivers in today's race. Going to make for an interesting start for the sprint races at Road America for him, as I'm sure those will both be reviewed by the stewards. Watching Clegg, now we're watching Fiola sliding up into Saucier.
Getting a little bit darty again. Saucier able to hold on.
Back to a position further back for 6th. Pim Van Gastel, Clendy side by side. Clendy, big run off the high side. He's going to slam the door and get that position. Move the defending series champion now up to 6th.
The only driver that's really been able to maintain track position that's on that top-off strategy is Clendy in the 6th position. He's going to be the only one able to capitalize. Let's look at this.
Julian makes the inside work, and I'm wondering if he made the inside work by utilizing the hybrid there. But he just got the nose there and sent it. Watch this. Inside, gets in there. I think it was a little bit of a burst of the hybrid just at corner entry. And now he's going to do the same thing on Hunter Ingrave. He's going to go for 2 for 2 in 2 laps. Ingrave's going to take the high side, not going to give it that easily, as Ingrave almost up into the gray at the corner exit. Now Julian side by side, getting a little close. And now down to the bottom at 3 and 4, and that's always going to work at this racetrack. And now move Julian in just a period of a couple laps up to 3rd.
Right now, Ingrave's almost trying to set up to try and match Clendy on strategy and get back on that cycle to be able to avoid the top off as much as possible with the way things are shaping up. We'll take the pass, though.
Big run for Ingrave down the front stretch, and I think he deployed the hybrid coming off the corner and got a big run.
Oh, it was set up by that.
Oh, I think Julian might have been a little loose off the corner.
Clipped the curb. Caused him to snap around with the weight shift, and that set up the pass, and at that point, you have to take it. The leader just about squeezed up front with Saucier.
Goes up the racetrack, and he just scooted right up. I don't know if that was just the way he entered, but he almost cross-checked Saucier.
Speaking of passes, look at O'Sullivan. Here comes the boost. Here comes the pass for the lead.
And again, that is all because of lap traffic, and I'm wondering maybe if back there that Jesper used up his tires, got him a little warm, and now he needs to cool them down. Oh, we got a car in the wall on pit road. That looks like that might be James Watson, who currently is in 6th spot on the racing order. He has a wobbly and floppy front nose. He might have made contact on that inside wall coming to pit road. Also on pit road, scheduled stop Hunter Ingrave. Yes, and that's exactly what happened. Lindy, pit road, scheduled stop for our leader now, with 101 to go. So he's looking really at one more stop after this, Justin, right around 50 to go.
Oh, yeah. Look at this run, Saucier trying to take it high side. Ingrave wasn't expecting it.
Oh, well, a hockey player would be proud of that. You got to wonder now if there's any damage on Ingrave's car, and is that going to impact his pace going forward? watching the racers here at the start-finish line. Now we go back to Hunter Ingrave, and I think Hunter is pretty much kind of doing what Jesper's doing, but he's doing it behind his teammate, just riding it out.
That's exactly what you have to do at this point. Just work together as a unit, save, 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 set up the good team finish, set up the good points finish if you're Ingrave in particular here. Being able to help yourself long-term for the championship. O'Sullivan, as you think, is in. And O'Sullivan just said something on the radio. I think there was an issue maybe on the entry. Looked like he did make it to the cone.
He's down and away, so 68 to go. He's going to have to stop again, Justin. Wow, our leaders, not our leaders, but P2 and P3, Clindy and Ingrave, they are steeped in traffic right now. As Clindy tries to go to the inside, but Dan Inch, he wants that position. Dan Inch is battling. Actually, this is a battle for position in front of our leaders. This is a battle for a top 10 position between Stock and Inch just gets out of the way. That was very gracious of him, who's had a bit of a rough race, but to give up a top 10 finish like that, now he's going to have to work and get that back as Clindy and Ingrave now get around Stock. Stock is in 9th. Stock is in 10th, so Inch trying to get back in the top 10 if he can get around Stock.
Heard a bit of a clutch and coast, actually. I think for Glenwood to be able to stretch to this mark. Here
Clindy
they go.
And Ingrave both coming to pit road at the same time, and I don't know if they were planning that or not. It looked a little bit awkward with Ingrave kind of doing a late check there at the end, but the Rogue Racing teammates, they believe this. I believe this might be their final stop. They are good to go to the end.
If this goes green, these are your two for the race win.
And Clindy's coming back to pit road.
That is absolutely treacherous and dangerous for his chances. Was so perfect.
Oh, no, we have a spinner off the corner. It's Hatsuma, and we are not going caution. We are not going caution, but he gets a black flag, I believe, for a unapproved pit exit.
I honestly thought this was going to be it there, right there, at the same time as you did. Just snap loose like a lot of people did in practice. Gassed it up. Only got sideways, did it slow up too much.
Sometimes the car in front of you makes the choice for you and you have no choice. And unfortunately, that's going to end Clegg's bid for a win. He was already a lap down, and now he's going to go 2 laps down here and come back on the racetrack at 8th position. So right now, we only have 3 cars on the lead lap. It is O'Sullivan, your leader, Dahlgren, and Hunter Ingrave. So O'Sullivan, I think, is pushing, knowing that he has nothing to lose, to push every single lap and to make that last stop and hope for a caution, which he's almost gotten on 2 occasions here. And now here's Hunter Ingrave going around Dahlgren. Ingrave not probably doesn't have to save, but now he's in a train of 3 cars that are all teammates here. So maybe they're all going to help one another. Caution on the racetrack. Sebastian Dufresne. What happened with Seb coming off of pit road for his final stop? And he just lights him up with cold tires on the access road, and he enters the racing line. And iRacing had no choice but at that point to throw the caution flag. Here we go. Jesper to a good shot to the inside on Hunter. Hunter not a good restart.
Good setup on the entry, but watch up front. Clindy, not for the lead. Gonna try be a pest here as they try and swerve to break draft.
And Jesper goes purple that lap. High on the racetrack. Liam O'Sullivan, drag race off the corner. Hunter Ingrave to the inside. Here comes Jesper. 3 wide for the lead. They send it into 3 and 4, and Jesper to the points. Julian to the inside underneath his teammate. And he now sees this as an opportunity not just for a win, but an opportunity in the points in the battle that he has with Liam. Liam as 1 point behind Fraser Clegg entering this race. Second in the points, Julian. He was 28 behind a leader only. Oh, Liam into the wall for 4. Was that net code? Was there actual content there? Here comes Julian to the inside of Jesper Dahlgren. He gets a nose out front to the point. He slides up the racetrack. Julian goes to the high side. Jesper goes to the low side. They swap positions. Preferred position in the 3 and 4 is Jesper down low. He gets the position back in the 3 and 4. Coming to 10 to go at the line.
A little bit of contact for Ingrave to the wall as well. Right now, they are uber aggressive yet again. O'Sullivan sends it.
O'Sullivan sends it to the inside. So, no, he's not damaged, but that's going to cost him a lot of momentum. Then we go 3 wide off the corner. Yes, Hunter Ingrave gets the position back. Jesper Dahlgren continues the lead. Julian Altena now second. And back to third is Hunter Ingrave. Coming off the corner, we're going to go too wide. No, we're going to say single file. Here comes Hunter Ingrave to the inside. He wants that position back, and he sends it from third to first into one corner. Ingrave, Dahlgren, O'Sullivan, Altena. Rogue Racing versus Altena Autosport for the win here at Gateway. Down the backstretch, 2.5 to go. Hunter Ingrave looking for his first win in the Velocity Online Racing IndyCar Championship. Jesper Dahlgren looking for his 20th career win for the second time this season. Liam O'Sullivan looking to get the points lead. He goes to the inside at 1 and 2. 2 to go here at the mile and a quarter. Big run on the high side. Hunter Ingrave defends. He holds on to the lead by 2/10.
Dahlgren nearly spun it out 2 as well out of 2. That cost him so much momentum. It's Ingrave's race to lose with the buffer coming to the white flag.
White flag out. He goes to the inside to defend. 1.25 miles to go to get to a win here at Gateway. He runs the high side. He gets a little bit of an arrow block, and he chose wisely. Liam O'Sullivan went up there well. He goes to the bottom of the racetrack to defend to the inside, going to the 3 and 4. If he can hold him through 3 and 4, he's going to get this. 3 and 4 to the bottom. Hunter Ingrave looking for win number 1 of the Velocity Online Racing IndyCar Championship, and he sees it off the corner. Turn for home, and your winner at Gateway is Hunter Ingrave. What a week for Hunter.
What a drive. One of the best races you'll see when it comes to VOR competition. It took strategy to be able to get up front, but in the end, you had to have the aggression when it comes to Ingrave. Got the elbows out, had the fresher tires, made the bold moves, had the right plans, worked perfectly to get himself a win.
So we're 7 for 7 in our last 7 races, and we're 4 for 4 to start this season. So that is very exciting that there's a lot of parity here in the Velocity Online Racing IndyCar Championship. Hunter Ingrave, your winner here at Gateway by 0.3 of a second over Liam O'Sullivan. Liam is probably going to pick up the points lead. We'll check that for sure, but he's probably going to pick up the points lead. Jesper Dahlgren comes home third for his second podium on oval races this season. Out of two oval races. Julian comes home a very consistent top 5. He's going to help him in the points. John Christensen, 44 Nation. Remember, he got his first ever podium finish here back in season 2 when I won the race. Well, he got a top 5 here today. So a great day for Altena Autosport. They didn't get the win, but they had 3 cars up in the top 5 at the end. Rogue Racing's Clundy, the defending series champion, comes home 6th. Your points leader coming into the race, Fraser Clegg, comes home 7th. He's going to lose the lead, but we're going to see how much of the lead he hemorrhaged a little bit out of this race. Probably a bit of a learning race for Fraser, if we had to guess. Pim Van Gastel, another great finish here for Pim in 8th. Nigel Stock in 9th and Fiolis in 10th. Moving on back to the next page, we got Charpentier in 11th, Dufresne in 12th, Dan Inch in 13th, Hatsama 14th, Saucier 15th, Watson in 16th, Vinci in 17th, Soto 18th, Rise in 19th, Katie Pollock in 20th. And on the final page here, we got Gavin Smith in 21st and Toby Deck in 22nd, and that is your 22 car field.